Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, so the last video was of my experience and how I got started as a talent manager and then became an event manager. So this one I thought would be fun to tell you about my very first job, which was crazy. I was a babysitter before that for years and years, but eventually I got a job. I was super duper lucky that my first job was at a doctor's office. It was very professional. I got a lot of different kind of experience than, a lot of people with their first jobs at 16 years old, 15, 16. It was great. I worked for a gastroenterologist practice. There were three doctors, two main ones, and one would come in and kind of consult. But I had two doctors. One was very low-key, calm, professional, quiet. The other one was wild and crazy. It was like the odd couple. The one wild one, my first year, my Christmas card was this doctor dressed in drag, full on makeup, skirt, a little wool or a fur shawl, a wig, and he's standing at a urinal, facing the urinal, but kind of leaning back towards the camera. And that was my Christmas card with a note that says, "Merry Christmas. Don't show your parents this because they're not going to let you work for us anymore." So it was like the first time, okay, maybe not the first time I kept a secret from my mother, but anyway, so I worked for these doctors. I was very young. I was 15, 16, and I would show up to work looking like this every day. I always wore like jean cutoff shorts. I am in this picture wearing a Pitt sweatshirt, which was a boy's. I still have that sweatshirt, as a matter of fact, and wear it. But this red sweatshirt around my waist is usually what I had on. We had sororities in the high school I went to, and I was in a sorority. It was called Scarabs. 11 ladybugs. Anyway, so this is how I dressed every day, and I would show up to work like this. And the reason I'm telling you this is because it just makes this story funnier. So they would send me sometimes, if the nurse wasn't available, into the room with the female patient, client, whatever, because, he was going to do an exam. And if you don't know what a gastroenterologist does, they're the doctors that, take care of your GI tract. So they do the colonoscopies and the endoscopies and all those kind of things. At 15 or 16, it was extremely shocking to me that any of this actually happened. And I remember the first time being asked to go into one of the exam rooms because there was a female patient. He was going to examine her, and another female needed to be in there. And this poor older woman just had to kind of roll over on her side. And I held her hand, and what? I remember being just blown away, shocked, embarrassed. I didn't know what to do, just smile at her. Hey, And another time they let me come into when a patient was kind of under sedation. They were getting an endoscopy, so it was down their throat, and I got to look inside. Wow. That was intense. But the bigger story is the wild doctor. He was great one-on-one with his patients. I mean, he's amazing, great doctor. But he was not very good at the paperwork. So we would get calls from the hospital that was across the street saying, Dr. So-and-so hasn't signed his charts. We have 6 patients here that need to be released. Somebody needs to come, or he needs to come and sign his charts. Well, he didn't have time or want to do that. So they would send me. And I would go at 15, 16 and sit in the doctor area with all of these doctors, all these surgeons and doctors. And I would sit there eating donuts, chatting away with these doctors for like 45 minutes, looking the way I just showed you, my little cutoffs, my sweatshirt from my sorority, bouncing all over the place because, I probably only had a Snicker bar for lunch and I'm high off of probably boy energy, nothing else. And I would sit there and I knew what patients were allowed to go, and I would just sign these big medical charts and chat away my afternoon with these doctors. It was incredible. It was such a good experience. It was so fun, odd. I learned a lot. I'm really excited that I had, and really happy and thankful that I had that experience. The rest of the time I did filing, things around the office that needed to happen. I worked with a bunch of great women. I loved them. I still do. I think about all of them. Anyway, that was my first job, working at a gastroenterologist and working with the odd couple of doctors. And anyway, subscribe, like, comment. What was your first job? Where did you end up when you were so young? Share. I really could use your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you.